Here we are, episode 3 of the No CMO podcast. I'm here with Alex of the PomoDone App. So Alex has completed, worked on over 100 different projects. He's been doing it since the late 90s, right? So
Yeah,
for
actually,
a
yeah.
good, probably over 20 years now. I would consider him a veteran in the field. And so it really excited to have you on, Alex. And if you want to to start out, just let people know what you're doing currently, what's your current company, what are you working on, and then maybe we might backtrack a little bit and get into some background.
Right. Well, for now, we're trying to focus as much as possible on the product we
But
are delivering, supporting, improving, and selling, of course.
Yep.
This is about the PomoDone app, and it's really exciting thing, exciting journey. And of course, our experience in the web development, mobile development, account management, speaking with the clients, speaking with the different stakeholders, it helps a lot.
Yeah. So your software or your application, I guess it's both, right? Is mainly time management, task management oriented, you would say,
Uh, I,
or
I would even narrow it down to the time management and productivity management, maybe focus
productivity?
management.
Okay. Yeah, you have the better description than I do. That's good. That's why I'm asking. So good. So what was the main problem that you were trying to solve? What did you come across that made you want to create that?
Well, the main problem is that there's so many really good players on the project or task management field, actually really good ones. So we do love Trello, Todoist, Wunderlist for the things they do, and actually very great at it. Right. This is actually why I tell it's not about task management. There are great actors and great players on the field in the market. However, most of them, they don't care about time management. Perhaps somehow some of them provide some functionality about time tracking, and that's it. However, the time management is a bit more than just time tracking, right? It
Mm-hmm.
is about how to organize work, how to focus, how to execute things which are on your desk. So for me, and for us, it was really important to help ourselves at the moment, and then when it's became public, the people help to focus on what they do, and then we realized there are two problems, actually. The first one, task management doesn't care about time or time management. Time management tools, most of the Pomodoro timer, right, which are on the market, and there are plenty really good ones. Again, they don't care but task management. So there are just a few actors who can help you to define some projects, clients, tasks, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, what you have to do if you already have some workflow described and some tools you're already using with your colleagues, your clients, right? So if you use Trello or Jira or Asana or all of them,
Yeah.
so do you suppose to like copy and paste your stuff to your time tracking tool or your Pomodoro timer if there is a way to do it? No. So we decided at the moment, and we were a web development company at the moment, we decided that we just need something. It's like a 21st century at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That we connect to the tools we are using, 1, 2, 3, and synchronize tasks to show you what's on your plate at the same time, again, without like playing around and keeping dozens of tabs open. Plus, let you focus on the task, so let you apply this Pomodoro technique, which is 25 minutes to work, 5 minutes to break. And as long as it's about the time, save this information somehow with the data about the tasks to let you analyze and invoice and report, not only like how productive you were yesterday or this week, but also what was it about? What kind of projects, what kind of tasks, what kind of time of the day, if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
So we were solving at the moment these two problems. Then there was a third one, which is focus management. And I believe, that one of my mentors said, all of us are ADHD nowadays.
Yeah,
Because,
it's basically implied in this culture almost.
Yeah, because, how much time do you spend for even inner impulse to check your Instagram account?
There's no stopping points anymore. There used to be like you read a book, you stop at the end of the chapter. Now you can keep going forever. You're right.
Well, actually, if you're, you can read forever.
You can read forever, but you almost wouldn't, like, you would just get to the chapter, you'd be like, all right, I read for 30 minutes or whatever. And then you would it was just almost natural, but now there's no, like, you can keep going forever. You could just get the little tidbits of information and then it could never end.
The problem is notifications, right? So
yeah, that too. Distraction, complete distraction.
Yes, exactly. And there was a study, like when you are being interrupted by something, colleague, boss, family, whatever, it takes 23 minutes plus minus to refocus back to regain control of what you're doing. So if you do the math, as far as I remember this study, this research, it costs more than €1 million per year for a mid-sized company like a 40 developers or creatives. It costs like €1,270,000. I can share this research link after that. So it's actually a big problem. So we added this piece to our solution. So one is universal inbox, when you can see everything what's going on with your life, with your work life. Let's do it this way. You can apply the Pomodoro technique or any other kind of countdown timer to let you focus on it, plus breaks to get the rest and rewire the brain. And this so-called interruption shield that can help you to keep this focus and which can eliminate the distractions or, even Facebook or YouTube, block these websites in your browser.
Yeah, so the interruption shield, just to get into that a little more detail, is basically it'll block YouTube, it'll block Facebook, it'll, like, when you're in these time intervals, right? So is that something that a company that an individual is working for could set, right? Or you could set it yourself, or it's both, or?
Well, actually, the main point, another one and very important, I think, it's not about control. Organization can block these websites for the whole period of time using some hardware solution like routers, etc., etc. We are considering the most important thing when you manually, not automatically, but manually start the timer. You are mindfully decide for yourself.
I want to make the decision. Yeah,
absolutely. It's really important comparing to the solution who make these, automatic tracking, that this is about you. It's a mindful approach. It's a big different thing. And so we block these websites on your personal level. You can decide which ones you would like to block. And second one, for instance, our integration with the Slack or Microsoft Teams, which is really, really good one for many of our users. We can manage these D&D, do not disturb, and status. So as soon as you start your timer, your colleague can see, like, guys, it's not a good idea to approach. I'm trying to focus somehow.
Yeah.
Right? So, D&D status, and you can even stream what are you working on right now. And for your team lead, for instance, it can help a lot because he can save this 23 minutes just waiting 2 minutes until your break is there. And finally, we do also the hardware integration. So for instance, if you can see me, this is a thing, which is small flag, which you can put on your cubicle or monitor.
Wow. It's an indicator basically of.
Absolutely. And when you start the timer, it's red, right? And when you're available is green.
That's the live on air sign for cubicles, basically.
For cubicles or for open offices.
Or for offices,
Yeah, workspace, co-working spaces as well.
That's interesting too, how you're integrating into just, from not even just sticking to the software itself, also going into the actual life of, having a physical thing there, for people to see, because that is going to eliminate the one question that turns into a 3-minute conversation that now that 3 minutes is gone in the day and then nothing really even changed. Like, no, I'm in this zone right now. I'm going to get it done for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then, so you have, after that 25 minutes, you have some sort of like a break time, right? Or
We
integrated into
offer,
that?
yes. Yep.
You offer
Yeah.
that.
We
Okay.
offer the break. If like team works by the rules, and some teams are using the common universal, let's call it working period of Pomodoro, right? So they start at the same time and they end at the same time. So yeah, the break is important, and in this case, it can help you to avoid this huge loss of time on the interruption while you are deep in the task.
It makes sense. Okay. So did you, for this, to kind of, I guess, back up on a little more of a macro level of the company, did you do any sort of marketing for it, or how'd you get people to find it and use it?
It's a really good question, actually, because this product was a side product for our company, like a pet project, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have time. We served our clients, so we didn't have time and budget to make like a proper, decent marketing by the books.
Yep.
However, what we've done, we communicated to the tools and people behind the tools we have the integration with. And as long as we provide the value for their users, and there's plenty of users who are asking about this functionality, like a Pomodoro technique on top of the Trello or Todoist. So as soon as they added us to their integration catalog, let's say, we've got a lot of users from there.
So that was a collaboration with like Todoist, or
all of them?
Yeah, all of them together. So they realized, like they realized that you do something that they don't do, while at the same time them providing such a great service, but you realizing there's 3 or 4 things here that are really essential that we need as well to make it a all encompassing software.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, because you could have the 1 or 2 pieces. You could have, if you just block the websites, that'll just do a little bit. If you just track the time, that'll just do a little bit. But to have it all encompassing, I think that makes perfect sense to me. Do you think that other companies could follow almost your model? Like, do you think that there should be more of integration with companies basically collaborating rather than dropping so much money on a marketing campaign or something? So, like, do you think other companies could do what you did?
As far as I can see, there's a plenty of companies that do exactly what we do on their small niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even similar
Yeah,
ones.
I've definitely seen it done a couple of times, but
the funniest thing that even the company with the, let's say, time tracking functionality, they are inviting us, asking us to join the pool of integration because their users ask about the functionality. And even if they have like account up classical time tracking, why shouldn't they invest time for the, let's say, narrow case, which became the bigger and bigger, if they can invite us and see how it's going? So for instance, we have Teamworks projects integration, and they have their inner time tracking tools. We have integration with MeisterTask, with again time tracking and timesheet elements, and we can sync it back. So we just save another piece of time for filling out this timesheet.
And that's basically that's the good thing about like software, especially having like a software service, is that the integration. I feel like it's so much better. It's so much better for a company to realize, just to be honest. You're being honest with them, and they're being honest with you. Like, we can use you. It's a mutual relationship, right?
Right, absolutely. It's okay to use more than one tool for now, I think, rather than waste a lot of time trying to put everything in one mega complicated tool which can do everything.
Because then it doesn't really do anything right at that point, I mean, it can, but I think it's a lot harder to. I think it's a lot harder for one thing to do everything.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Plus, there is a learning curve, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I think that's like an indicator of trust too, because people will say they use Todoist, but they don't know what your company is. So, imagine they have no idea what it is, but they see this in collaboration. Somebody who's using it goes, well, we might as well check this out. I mean, they're together. I trust this company, so I might as well trust them too, or at least I'll check them out. And then, it's a give and take, but I guess that it makes it easy because if I was using one of those apps and, I see this one, oh, I could track my time. I'm just that type of person. If I can track my time, great. Like I'll do that. Because like we've talked about, when we talked the other day about procrastination, like, I'm like that, so that would make sense to me if I'm just, using Evernote for notes, but I'm like, all right, I should really, if I could track 25 minutes and do something straight for 25 minutes, I really should. It makes sense.
absolutely.
So I guess, what would you say is there any problems that you're still trying to solve? Like you have the time management, you have the focus, you have the collaboration, the reports, all these different things. Is there anything else with this company that you see that you could work on?
Oh, you won't believe how long and how huge is our roadmap. So we see a lot of problems. Next ones, we communicate a lot. We receive so many requests and ideas how to make it better, how to add more. Sometimes it's complications, sometimes it's simplification. So again, there is so many things we can do. Of course, there is a much bigger plans. For instance, I do hope pretty soon we will be able to release the feature that will let you run this thing using your Alexa.
Oh yeah, voice is coming up.
And yes, and then manage it from your desktop or mobile, depending on what you do. So again, it's the most important thing. You can start it right now from Alexa or from Siri, but it's going to be some timer without context. So you won't be able, or you will have to spend a lot of time to put it back in the context afterwards to understand how did you spend your time, what is the result, what was the task, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one. Then, well, one of our biggest focus for now, and I do hope is going to be released like now, it is team features, because plenty of people who realized it's good for them personally. It's good not only to, I don't know, read for 25 minutes or clear the mess for 25 minutes or make the dishes. It is about the work, copy, design, coding, whatever. So they start bringing it to the offices and they start to share it with the colleagues. And there is one more thing appeared, like, all right, so if I use it with the colleagues, it's going to be much easier if we can see the picture of the team, right? So these team features, like adding, removing people from the team and seeing other people work if they are like allowed to share it, this is a pretty big next step for us.
So they could have a 25-minute interval of them to get working together in that.
It's one of the pieces, but again, it's not about 25 minutes. Some people work it by hours.
Sure, sure. It's kind of an arbitrary number, but
absolutely,
yeah. But just for example's sake, so do you think that this could be or should be maybe integrated into like any type of task, like outside of the work environment, like planning time with your kids, or like do you have any, like, what's your opinion on that, like setting time for actual real life activities too?
Absolutely. Keeping in mind the procrastination, there are two ways of procrastination. The first one, when you start to make your dishes instead of creating or writing this article.
Yep.
And there is another one when you start to looking at some, let's make it this way, some learning videos, like trying to study something because you have your dishes done. And perhaps it would be good to like decide, all right, next 25 minutes, I put aside my phone and I do my dishes or I clear the mess. It
Hmm.
works the same way. Or read, finally. Do
Yeah.
some reading,
Imagine.
some
Yeah.
fiction at the end of the day. Or again, spend the time with your kids. If you don't plan it,
Yeah.
you won't be able to put it in your schedule because it's tight as hell.
You can't measure what you can't manage, right? That's, or the
Absolutely.
both. You can't manage what you can't measure. So yeah, that's because, I mean, you could procrastinate with anything. You could procrastinate with spending time. I don't have any kids, but you could probably procrastinate with spending time with your kids. You could procrastinate the dishes. You could, so yeah, I could see people using this and being a lot more mindful of how they use their time once they start really using it. Cause then you realize, wow, I did get a lot more done in that 30-minute or even a 15-minute interval, that over 45 minutes of me checking my phone every couple minutes, the attention residue, that taking so much more time to get back into the zone. Once you just check your phone and just pop out of it. So yeah, I could definitely see that kind of going over the edge into actual life and just being more mindful. So, so you would say, so you're not focused. This is bad wording, but you're not focused on control. You're focused on focus. Focus is the, is the word, right? That's the
Focus,
main
mindfulness.
focus and
Yes,
mindfulness. Yeah. And self-awareness, right? Because if you're self-aware about the time that you spend, then you're going to be able to spend that time a lot more efficiently. Right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Again,
that's,
my piece of favorites in PomoDone app, it has this data analysis or reviews and free writing and clearing my desk and even planning some reviews because again, you can plan things and you can avoid doing it by
uh-huh.
procrastinating. However, if you decide that you A, plan your things and B, execute it, so focus on it, I believe you understand it's like a much
Yeah.
higher odds that you will be able to deliver.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That that makes sense to me. That because I've had trouble with that too. Is just, I mean, over time I get better, but sometimes I get worse too. I'll have my entire days planned out, and then a couple months later, then I'm back to just doing how I feel and going off of emotions. So but to get that management for it's like self-management basically, because you can use the app to then facilitate it in your own life, and then maybe at some point you won't even be thinking about it anymore. You won't even, it'll just be routine, right? Because I guess that, like, so should people use it every day? Like, they're using it every day, right, in their work? Like, do you think most of the users, they're using it like for every task that they're doing at work?
Well, I don't know because this data is. I cannot dive into users' data.
Sure, sure.
I can see, of course, like an overall number of log records. Some people are using it a lot.
Hmm.
How? I don't know. When we communicate to users, when we discuss things over the tickets or live chats, of course, I ask. Yeah, some people are using it for the work only, and they separate it. Some user mix work and personal personal rants. So the both is okay. You mentioned one thing, so I would say it is exactly about the execution because even planning is part of the execution. So it is interconnected
Yeah.
and is, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, planning is like, I guess, more step one, but to get to the last step, that all in between there is just you, your personal. Are you going to focus? Because planning's the
Actually,
easiest part, right? Planning's basically the easiest part because you're just get it.
so my
Yeah.
huge issue was for many, many
Yeah.
years in my young life that I decided I put in the calendar like, all right, so I spend my Sunday evening for planning. Okay.
Hmm.
I all right. So I sit and I start to plan things, and at some point I thought, all right, so this is a small one. I can do it right now. So I jump to doing this, and then this I can do after it. And all right, so it is better, better, better. And at the end of the day, I was not able to plan because I was running away from planning,
Yeah.
switching between the tasks. And this main idea is exactly, all right, you start planning, keep it at least for 25 minutes. Try to focus on planning, avoid doing anything else.
Yeah, the focus even on the planning itself is very important. Yeah,
For
because
me, it's
then
a
you,
huge problem.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I feel like for most people too, it's hard to not. It's just overall difficult to do something that you don't feel like you have to do it, right? But you don't feel like doing it, and then you're like, oh well, yeah, you're right, I could just do the dishes right now, or I could just do something else, or I could start like planning, and then I'll just clean this real quick. Yeah. So do you think did you get better with that over time, like personally yourself? Like did you get better with like even before you made this, or do you think then making this app kind of facilitated it, or were you already thinking about focus and time management?
Well, I'm using the Pomodoro technique for a pretty long period of time, but like, I don't know, much more than the app appeared, but it was more about, helping me to focus, and that's it. So when it was born, it was a great solution at the moment, and relief, because I don't need to use several different tools, because before I would have to use task management, Basecamp at the moment, as far as I remember, and
Hmm.
Trello, plus time tracking because I have to report, and plus Pomodoro timer. It can be, I don't know, kitchen timer or some simple app. So I have to keep in mind all the things at the same time. So as long as it removed these extra movement and extra friction,
Hmm.
it became even easier, and it became a habit, which is, I think, is really good for me. Yeah.
Yeah, habits are huge, right?
Yeah.
Especially, habits are basically like everything that you do. It's all habit, because a lot of things we do every single day, get a cup of coffee, go to sleep. It could be anything, right? Yeah. Because I didn't even think about that, because that's fostering habits basically as well. That's what it also helps to do is get you in that mind state of, yeah, all right, I've done this 100 times now. I've used this for, a month or whatever. Like, it's just, it's like, it should be like nothing. You probably just get used to it. It's always hard, obviously, but you probably get more used to it as you use it. I would think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, this is really, I think I think it's awesome how many different things it does, but also how it does it. It's like the software itself is focused. It's you do one thing, you do a few things, but you really do one thing well, and it's making sure people stay on task and making sure people stay focused. And if we have all of this technology, then it might as well keep us on task. Like if it does, and because it seems to be doing, it does so many things, so it might as well do that too. And I think your software is definitely that thing. So where can people, what's the website for your software?
It's PomoDone app,
PomoDone.com. Okay.
PomoDoneapp.com.
And then we're doing a discount
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So that I'll put on the screen right here. That's going to be PomoDone/no CMO. But
No, it's PMDN. So yeah. But
okay.
there is a
Oh,
link
gotcha.
that
Yeah.
you can send it.
All right. Sounds good. We'll put it on the screen, and we'll also put it in the show notes for everybody. And make sure to check it out. And there's a student. I believe there's a student
Yeah. So if you
discount
don't
as well.
mind, yeah. So I think that the best way
Sure.
is to ask about
Yep.
what kind of people are using it, and how much does it cost, or something like that.
Sure. Yep.
So, well, the tool itself is free. So you can use it on it's an ecosystem of the apps. It's mobile, desktop, and all of them are interconnected, synchronized. So when you start your timer on your desktop app or web app, you can monitor what's going on your mobile app, etc., etc., etc. And you can use all the tools, all the apps for free. However, on our free tier, it allows you to connect no more than 2 integrations. So inner system, when you can write your, let's say, make the dishes task, and your Trello, and for instance, Google Calendar. If you want more integrations and more projects, for free you can have 5 projects, up to 5 projects, synchronized. If you want more, you can switch to our premium tiers. We have 2 of them. Let me share my screen. And
oh yeah, 100%. I'm sorry, I completely
yeah,
it slipped my mind. Yeah, so yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's just so everybody can see how it actually how it works.
Yeah, I'll show it a bit later. But speaking of the pricing, we have these 2 main premium plans and the free starter plan. 2 integrations from limited list, 5 projects in total, and 1 month of log access. So you can analyze your history for the recent 30, 31 days. However, you can export it into CSV anytime, so you can keep it for free.
Oh, nice.
Just a bit more of, well, let's say, headache or operations. So, but for light plan, you have 6 months. You can connect 3 from the list, which is already a bit more advanced, longer, right? You can have subtask support, and for the 3.5 per month, if you purchase for a year, you can have the corporate type. But in this case, I don't think you need to even think about the price, because your company should pay for it.
Yep.
It is about your work, right?
It's going to save you money, so. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can start free trial for a light and ultimate plan anytime for a week. No credit card required. It's a risk-free trial. Then, yes, if you're a student and you participate to GitHub education program, so you have an account on GitHub developers pack, we have this program, Pomodoro Timer for Students, which will provide you 2 years of GitHub of PomoDone App Lite plan for free.
Oh, nice! Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
You can get here and you can upgrade, and it works right now. We are going to start the campaign back to school. So if you are educational staff but not a student, you can have 50% discount, 50, for any plans. Just contact us or confirm it, right? And plus, yes, we have the special promo code which provides 20% discount, 15% discount for all podcast listeners. It is valid till the end of this month, and it's available for first 100. Oh, sorry. It is valid for first 100 users who will be able to claim it.
All right. Yep. I'll make sure I throw that up on the screen too, so they know.
Right. There's plenty of tools you can use with the PomoDone app. So, for instance, for now we have more than 20 integrations, inbound ones, which can synchronize, not import, but synchronize your tasks to your app. So, for instance, this is my connected tools.
Wow.
Or you can expand the screen to see it's on the left-hand side, sidebar, right? There is also the outbound integration, some of them, like Slack, as I mentioned. So when you start your timer, it's not only about blocking your websites like that, right? But it's also about Slack notification or Microsoft Team notifications or Twist notifications. It is also about this small piece, which I already mentioned.
Yep. The physical.
Yes, the physical one. Even more, you can connect it to some extra tools on your desktop, and you can block certain websites, certain applications if you'd like.
Wow. Yeah,
so
it's instance, not even just websites, just so you don't open up that game that you have downloaded on your desktop.
Absolutely. Yep. Or you can make a screenshots for something if you'd like, on pause or switch or whatever. You can add some notes. And yes, and as long as it's online and it is connected, you can anytime look at your history of what you were doing. So let's see. Oh, this month is like I just started. So yeah, this is, for instance, my month information. I can look at the charts. Wow. I can turn on and off break with breaks or without breaks, depending how do you bill your client, for instance, or how you would like to analyze things, you can select something, some piece of your log, and you can use our integration with the guys who can provide the valid invoices, right? And you can, of course,
Interesting. So it
adjust.
has all the analytics. It has invoices. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can, of course, anytime download the CSV and put it in your Google spreadsheets and process something. You can add some notes if you'd like. You can adjust some time if you'd like. So for instance, this is like a 10 seconds test, I believe. Let's make it 25 minutes because it was really 25 minutes and 11 seconds, right? So you can
Okay.
edit.
So say you forgot to, start the timer or something
Yes,
like that. You could go in.
Yes,
You're not
it is.
locked into it. Okay.
Yes, you're not locked
Very good.
into the. However, there is a very important thing. Again, as long as you are cheating to yourself, perhaps, as you can see, I changed these 25 minutes, and this icon appeared, which means it's
it
not a
shows.
pure. Yes, it is manual entrance. It's not, it's not tracking you were using for focus. It's manual one. The
I
same,
see.
you can see some tasks are marked as done. But the one important thing here is that, for instance, in my Trello, I can edit things if I'd like. I can stop it from anywhere. For instance, this is my Chrome extension. I can stop it from here. I can get back to my app. I can click here and edit my Trello card, right?
Yep.
And it will synchronize back to Trello.
Wow. Yeah.
If you will start it here, for instance, let's start this doing water weekly review process, right? So let's start 25 minutes timer and open our Trello board, and you can see it is ticking here.
Oh, so it's back. So it goes both. It's the Trello's integrated into the app, and then your app's also integrated into the Trello too.
Yes, so you can start it from here if you'd like, depending on your Chrome extension. For instance, this is I started my timer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it is here, right? So again, it is written back to my log. What else?
It's
Oh, by the way, in Trello, you can also see how much time you spent on it. It is not a report.
in Trello too. Okay.
Yeah, so it can work this way. And again, you can stop it from here if you'd like. You can anytime find this tool and open it. You can create a task from here somewhere. So I can, for instance, create it here in Trello or in my Google Tasks, or so.
Anything that you have integrated, basically.
Yes, anything you are integrated and connected. So I just created it. And as soon as it's created, I can start my timer about it. And even more, when I click it as mark it as done, as complete, it will synchronize back to Google Task in this case and check it as done there. So it is both ways integration.
The ultimate. This is the ultimate integration right here. This is the app. This is the app to get the ultimate productivity, in my opinion. I could just like this is gonna save a lot of people a lot of time and money for sure. How long has it been like officially launched now, or been gone for?
You know, we released our initial prototype, like a test, like alpha, about 4 years ago, but it was a pet project. It was a side project. So
like you were saying, it was a little side project.
We released a mobile app as a piece of our ecosystem about a year ago. We improved the desktop app and the Chrome extension, something like that, a year. However, we have users since 2016. Even now, if you look at our Capterra page, for instance, with the reviews, there is a plenty of people from really different industries, verticals, universities who are using it for years.
Oh, this is cool. This is, or rather, this is huge. This would be huge for college. I can't
This is
even.
why we launched. Yes,
Yeah,
this is why we launched the free student program.
yeah. Because if anybody procrastinates, it is college kids. I am around them all day. I can tell you, I am one myself. Yeah. So I could. The options are really endless with this. I think anybody who's working on a computer and wants to get tasks done, this is it. Wants to get things
Absolutely.
done and manage time, productivity, focus, mindfulness, all of the integration. This is great. You got anything else to show them? If not, then
I would
that's
like
about
to
it.
show this one, but I believe you can add it to your
Oh, nice. Pandas. Awesome.
you cannot hear the sound, I believe. It's a
Oh
small
yeah.
teasers, like 15 seconds.
Oh, I really like that ad.
Yeah, so you can add it to
I'll
your
link them. Yeah, I'll link the your YouTube as well, so they can
awesome.
get the full Pomo experience.
Great.
Great, yeah, awesome, Alex. I really do appreciate you doing this. I really appreciate taking time out of your day to show us what you do and give us a little glimpse, more than a little glimpse. Really got the in-depth review from you, the guy who made it happen. So I really, once again, thank you for doing this podcast. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. This seems like something that it's mandatory. You know, you really have it all in one place with the PomoDone app. So once again, I'm going to put the link in the show notes. We have a discount code for everybody for the first 100 people for the next month. So make sure if you're listening or you're watching right now, make sure you go check that out. At least just try the free version and see how much more things you get done. So Alex, I really do appreciate it. And so this has been episode 3 of the No CMO podcast. And so that's a wrap, Alex. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And we didn't talk about the marketing almost, so we can add it.
It's all right. We'll get another one in.
And actually, I have an idea. If you will give it a try, if you will be able to give it a try, our app, we can create one more podcast, but the other way around. You will tell us how do you use it and what benefits do you receive from it.
Give me let me I'll use it for like a few weeks or a month or something, and then maybe we could do that. We'll do a reverse podcast. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Alex, I really appreciate it, and that's a wrap, folks. That's a podcast. All right.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Ryan again. I just want to let you know of a very important event that's being hosted by You Don't Need a CMO this month. I'm going to throw it up on the screen right here so you can get a visual. The link will also be in the show notes. So this is called Social Growth 101, Everything You Wanted to Know. It's happening July 30th, 2019 from 6 to 9 p.m., 30 West 44th Street, New York City, New York. A little bit about the event. If you're thinking about turning your blog, YouTube channel, or any other social platform into more than just a small side hustle, this event is for you. We'll give you the best strategies in 2019 to grow a massive following on Instagram. This is for influencers who already have a following as well. It's for both. And if you already have a following of over 25,000, your ticket will include introductions to 10 key influencers and celebrities, as well as 5 different brands. So we're going to cover how the Instagram algorithm works, paradox of advertising and why you must spend money to make money, the importance of off-site links in building your profile, and the basics of Instagram analytics, how to evaluate your results without an agency. So once again, folks, this is Social Growth 101 happening July 30th. Be there. The registration fee is $85, but it includes an open bar. This is an event you do not want to miss, guys. So once again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.